All right, Breaker Broke 23. So today in this video, we're going to take a quick look at the Retevis Ailunce HA1G. I hope I'm not messing up that name of that model there, but anyway. All right, so this is a GMRS FRS walkie-talkie. Now, there's a lot of videos of this product out here. This thing's been out here for quite a while, apparently. And Retevis asked me if I wanted to take a look at this radio. I've looked at some of their other stuff, and I says, yeah, okay, I'll take a look at that. It looks pretty interesting. And just let me tell you that all of my videos on these GMRS FRS radios, I'm not going to discuss really any mods or anything like that with them. There's plenty of videos out there to show you how to do all that stuff. And this is one of those that you're probably not going to want to do anyway. You could get better and easier results with doing something like that, or one of the many other overseas radios. This radio can be modded. However, you do the mod to work any of the ham bands. And firing up the radio or turning on the radio, you got to do a little keypad entry, and I don't feel that's necessary. There's plenty of other radios out there that you can do that with. So what we're going to focus on here is basically the performance and the build of this radio being meant as a GMRS radio. So in the box came a little charge stand, AC wall adapter, a decent quality USB A to C cord, and of course the little strap, and the little programming cable. So apparently you can get this radio a couple different ways, with and without the programming cable, and I think this adds like $6 to the package. No big deal. Get it. Not for modifications as much as just dialing in the radio how you want it, if you want to make it more user-friendly to your needs. So this radio comes with the 22 channels already pre-programmed and everything, as well as some repeater channel functions here. And then it came with, I think it was about 14 or 16 blank channels that were in there, but were already programmed for like 460.200, something like that. I can't remember. So I use the programming cable. You cannot use chirp software with this that I know of. I mean, my chirp software didn't work. But I went on the factory website, which I'll leave a link to all that stuff down below. I went to the factory website, used the software that's meant for this radio, and this was super easy. There was about like a 5-minute learning curve to the software, and it was easy to operate, and yeah, it worked out really good. So anyway, get the unit with the cable, a couple bucks more, no big deal, well worth it. It's going to save you money down the road. When or if you want to start programming anyway, then you don't have to buy this again. So all this stuff being out of the way, we're going to talk about the radio itself. So this is rated at 5 watts high power, and I think the low rating was 1 or 2 watts, which is what I generally use. We don't need 5 watts really. It's got marks all over it, and that's basically because I actually use these radios. I take them out in the field and use them. I'm getting good range out of this. Get about 2 miles average in the city. And you can get more if you're out on flat terrain and whatnot. But anyway, that's usable. So over here we have the PTT, the push to talk buttons right here. We have buttons 1 and 2. These are some function buttons. We'll get into that in a minute. And then we have the on-off volume and a rotary channel selector. Anyway, this the display is like an old DOS display. I mean, that's kind of what it reminds me of anyway. Yeah, you know, actually, let's turn up this screen. We'll just do this in the menu. So skipping around here, we'll go to some menu functions. I really like this menu, actually. Now, it's been a while since I've navigated this, so we may have to you may have to just bear with me a little bit here. But let's go back into here. If you've done any of the Baofangs or anything like that, this should be fairly easy. But if not, it's fairly easy to do too. Backlight, here we go. Backlight, enter. And then we have our brightness. And you can do the up-down buttons, or you can turn this to go bright or dim. I guess we did have that up all the way. And you can set the time that you would like the backlight on. And I go 3 minutes generally. And I like that feature. And yeah, that's kind of cool. I thought there were, for some reason, I thought there was another function in there. But anyway, there you go, display mode. And you can make it do the name or frequency or channel. We have our band setting here, and we can make this a dual band. Let's see here. Let's do this. There we go. And select, and then exit, exit, exit. And then we have 2 bands. We have band 1, band 2 for different GMRS channels. So you can do those simultaneously. I generally do mine in a single band, and that's just kind of the way I've done it. So that's the way I prefer it, just a 1-band type thing. Of course, we just did our backlight. We have key functions, audio enable. And a cool feature on this is the mic gain. And we have some different settings here. It comes factory normal, so you can turn your gain down if you're in like a high noise situation. Strengthen would be actually just like mic gain at max. Why would we need that? Well, not just to be loud, but for me, here's where the hole is for the microphone. And I generally talk down here. I don't really generally get my face close to the antenna and all that. So I don't mind this being up. Another reason why you may need this is if you use a microphone, like a speaker mic or something, some of those mics can be kind of weak sauce, so you kind of want as much as you can get. Anyway, I just run mine on strengthen, and basically when I talk, I'm just kind of aiming in this general direction and not right up on here, so I like that. What else? Was there anything else in there? It's got Vox. It has Vox, power save, which I never use, and then timeout settings, language, and radio information. And there's our information. It is definitely an HA1G. I like the screen, just in the daylight. It's kind of hard to see the black on the blue. It'd be nice if we could switch that around. We have an alarm and emergency function button up here. You push and hold and the radio goes crazy. We have a transmit and receive LED. So when we're transmitting, it turns red. And then when we receive an incoming signal, it will turn green. Actually, I should probably turn another radio on and show you that function. So we'll go over here and where are we at? GMRS 6. So I'll key up the old Baofeng here. And as you can see, we have the green light. All right, you heard that squeal, you heard that feedback. Here's what I really, really like about this radio. The build quality is unbelievable. This reminds me of like a late 90s, early 2000s Yaesu Vertex type radio. More of a commercial radio, almost like a Motorola style, but kind of like a commercial Yaesu ICOM type thing. I like the giant PTT button, which I have accidentally keyed this radio up 1,000,000 times because of this button. Because you can pretty much touch it anywhere and it will go off. And I actually like that. So that's pretty cool. Another neat feature is the receive audio on this also reminds me of like an old 90s, early 2000s commercial radio, in that the audio amplifier in here is just incredible. Check 1, 2. Hold on a minute. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. That is not wimpy. The sound of that is unbelievable. So this is IP67 certified, so it's pretty much unfazed by dust and water. And, you know, you could dunk this for sure. And that rating will let you submerge this in 3 feet of water for like a half hour. It's got a pretty big battery in it. I think this was 2,800 milliamp hours. Space here to put a belt clip on. And so in installing the belt clip, I generally, I don't know, it kind of depends on the belt clip. I'm kind of spoiled. I like the Baofeng clips, and this is pretty much like that, okay? But the problem was one of the screws stripped out in here. So when you put these on, what you want to do is, it's sprung, as you can see, right? So what you want to do is you want to put that down and then hold it so it's flat, and then put your screw in there and get going. So don't leave it extended or sprung and then try to put the screw in, because you will ruin them. And I've done that before in another radio, not on this one. So this stripped out. So that's about the only problem I've really had with this radio. But I don't really care about that. I actually do utilize the wrist strap. And this is kind of big to be thrown in your pocket, per se, carrying it around. It's not all that portable. What we did is we used this as a base camp radio for camping. And then we used some of the smaller little GMRS radios that we have in the lineup here. And we did this. We used this radio as a kind of like our base camp radio, because it has the bigger antenna on for extended range in both transmit and receive. It has that brutal audio amplifier in here. You can hear this thing all over camp, with good audio quality, no doubt. And so that's why we use that. And of course, this has the higher output. I can dig out the test gear and do some tests on this, but I just kind of wanted to do an overview video on this one first. I'll do a follow-up video on this. I'm kind of getting ready to do that now, because I do have a bit of time on here. Battery runtime is a couple days for me, and it takes about 4 hours to charge, kind of depending on what you charge it with. Now, frankly, I have not used the base charger in this, and that clips in there very well, actually. That's the first time I've done that. And wow, that locks in there. That's actually pretty impressive. However, what I do is I use the USB-C cable, and I just use like AC wall adapters, like from the cell phones that I have, a million of them laying around the house, or plug it into the car, because the vehicle has the USB ports nowadays, as I guess most of them do now, eh? But anyway, so great radio. Again, I'm not looking at modifications or anything like that. I don't think it's necessary, because I have other radios to do that can do it much simpler. But for a straight up heavy duty GMRS FRS radio, man, this one is the one right here. And these come in individually, I think somewhere around the mid $40 price point, give or take a few dollars here or there. I will leave a link to the factory down below. I'll also leave an Amazon link as well. I honestly like to order from Amazon a little bit more on certain things, on certain items, because of the return rate. But I don't think you're going to have to worry about it on this, so maybe go to the factory site and get the better deal. I'll try to see if I can get a promo code produced from this. I'll tell you what my usual promo code is. It's BB23 for Breaker Broke 23. So try that. See if you can get an extra 10% off there, and or whatever discount they're giving. I mean, this thing is a freaking rock. This thing is just rock solid. Okay. Anyway, tell me what you think. Please leave questions or comments down below. If you have one of these, let me know if you've had any problems, what your likes or dislikes are with it. And if you have any questions on how it operates or anything like that, I'll do my best. But, like I say, there's a million videos out there. They talk about frequencies and all of that kind of stuff. But I haven't really been seeing people touch on just how dang durable it is. I mean, this thing is very, very durable. And honestly, I don't really watch too many review videos before I review a product, because I just don't want to be persuaded one way or another. I've been doing radio for, this will be year 46 now, and I kind of just formed my own opinion, but there were so many of these out there already. I looked at a few, and I think mostly for mods, But you don't want to mess with this, in my opinion. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. Please leave questions or comments down below. I'll do a follow-up video on this, maybe a little more in-depth with some power measurement and stuff like that. All right, take care. Cheers. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and please leave that thumbs up. Cheers.